we've seen a shift in the way we approach leadership. So we've made it really clear in our leadership development thinking and in our conversations about people moving into formal leadership roles that instructional leadership is the absolute most critical focus of a leader in a school. And so you can be very good in terms of management and good at structures and good at systems. But you have to have developed an affinity for and demonstrated commitment to professional learning for yourself, but also being adept at supporting the professional learning of others if you want to move into formal leadership roles. And so, again, collaborative response isn't directly connected to that, except that expression of the value of professional learning and professional thinking as what we do here is another manifestation of that kind of thinking around leadership positions and so on. We've seen people emerge from collaborative response work throughout the system as informal leaders in their schools. It's served as a mechanism for schools to identify leaders and then to distribute leadership to a broader range of people in our schools. Sometimes that leadership is temporary, right? This thing we're going to do, this intervention we're going to explore, you're the person with the greatest facility. And so how about you share that information, knowledge, and skill with others? You lead this work. Now the capacity has been built within the group. And so that person shifts to being a resident expert, certainly, but part of the team that's engaging in that work. And then someone else will emerge as the person who has a whole bunch to offer in this new area, because no one of us can know it all, right? And so it's elevated or it's helped elevate and provide voice for people who've always wanted to or could have been able to be instructional leaders in their school, but wouldn't necessarily have seen opportunity or have been invited to do it. And often our groupings are by grade level or division, and so often you're there with a group of people with whom you've developed a level of trust beforehand. And so being able to step up and do that is a little bit safer. But then, we have Division 1 teams, for example, who've, let's say, they've made really tremendous gains with their students. A young group who, at whatever age within that sort of K-3 group, weren't kind of where we wanted them to be. They planned interventions, they engaged them, they did a lot of work and reading and thinking about what it means to teach literacy and pre-literacy skills. And wow, look at what's happening with our cohort of kids. Well, those conversations, because of this kind of thinking, now are making their way from the Div 1 team to the Div 2 team. We have a group of Div 2 teachers who hadn't really considered that they needed to be literacy teachers, but they can see that they do. Well, this group over here has been trying these things and it's making great gains, and why couldn't we apply those principles and those structures and the things that we did to our grade 4 groups? So let's play with that together. So now you're sharing leadership across the system. Collaborative response and our systems approach to it has allowed school leaders to be present in some ways for the collaborative response work of other schools. And so it allowed them to have a look at things that really work and say, hey, maybe we could bring that back and talk to our teams about it and see if we could give it a run in our building. So that diffusing experience and wisdom across the system is building stronger collaborative response in different schools.